She doesn't care what she's making a dam out of.
Can I help you?
It could be stuffed animals, it could be towels, it could be blankets, really just whatever she thinks, yep, that's going to be great in my dam. I'm Alexis, and this is Bo's story for GeoBeats. Bo came into our rescue off of a wildlife hotline call. She was washed maybe miles from her dam in a large flood. If the callers hadn't found Bo that day, she couldn't have survived. At the time, she was only about this size, which is newborn. She still had her umbilical cord on. No parents, no home, no anything in sight. So she was completely on her own, and she had managed to crawl about 200 yards from the river. This was her first couple days, maybe hours on Earth, and she already had survived so much. We drove out to where she was found. We searched the riverbanks up and down for a couple miles, looked for anything that might have been a lodge or a dam. There's no way to tell where she came from or where her family was.
Get it?
Reuniting beavers with their families is very difficult because lodges have an underwater entrance, and beavers are also very territorial. So if you bring a beaver back to the wrong family, there's a likelihood that they'll be really aggressive. We brought her back to the sanctuary. Once she was warm and stable, she needed feeding every 2.5 to 3 hours. 2 hours in the beginning, overnight, round the clock.
You little Bo beaver.
She ended up going to the wildlife hospital at Cornell several times because beavers are also very difficult to rehydrate and treat. They have this really thick skin and not a lot of space under their skin that we can inject fluids to help them stay hydrated. She began to look at me as a mother. She enjoyed being held. Beavers are really close with their families. They live in those lodges all snuggled together. The older siblings in the colony will take care of the babies. So they have really tight-knit family groups, and she was just looking for that contact and that companionship all the time. When she was very young, she was indoors. She started building dams right around 12 weeks old. She'll move the cleaning supplies like the brooms and the towels and drag whatever she can. Beavers build dams because they're trying to make an aquatic environment. They're damming up the river to give themselves more channels and a place to swim and bring the water closer to the trees and food they like to eat.
You did so good. I love you.
And then she lived in an outdoor enclosure.
Come here. Honey.
Bo and I are going to take our first trip down to the big pond.
Bo gets to swim outside. We have this incredible pond that's her perfect natural environment. She would swim around and venture out and then kind of look to me and be like, "Are you still there?" and go out further. She began to dig and strip the sticks of bark and forage on the edge for all the aquatic plants that beavers like to eat and really engage in a lot of natural behavior. Bo has a missing eye, which is caused by a virus she had when she was younger, and that's been a difficulty for her to overcome.
You're so fast. Look at you go.
Sometimes you'll see her swim into things, but overall, she did a great job just being a beaver. When Bo was younger, we introduced her to another beaver named Arrow, and they spent several months together growing up, but after Bo had that surgery to remove her eye, they could no longer be housed together. Arrow became really aggressive, so her only family was me, and she didn't like to spend time out there. She didn't gain any weight the entire time she was housed outside, and while she was inside, she was steadily gaining about 1/4 pound a day. Now that we're in the winter time, she's moved back indoors because beavers need heat through the winter. They're used to being in their family lodge where it's about 72 degrees all winter long. Now both her and Arrow have indoor enclosures that are about 16 feet by 10 feet and have 500-gallon stock tanks in each enclosure so that they get fresh swimming pools full of water. The garage is heated to about 60 degrees so that they always have enough heat, and we try and keep it as natural as possible. I bring in all of the sticks and wood chips and natural substrate from that's in our environment outside and try and just bring the outdoors indoors for her.
Oh, you're so strong.
Beavers are incredible environmental engineers. They have shaped our landscape. They really created this country. They are so beneficial to the environment and create habitats for so many other species. Just really incredible animals.
Baby Bo.
And as much as I love my bond with Bo, at the end of the day, it may be what keeps her from being able to be released to the wild. There's times when I tried to pull away from Bo, kind of force her to be on her own, and she got so depressed that she started losing weight and got sick.
Hey, Ben. I missed you.
In the grand scheme of things, beavers never get released until they're at least 2 years old. Right now, at only 7 months old, Bo's just a baby. We'll just have to wait and see how she grows, how she adapts to her missing eye, how she relates with humans. I want her to have the happiest, most comfortable life.